The psychology of money isn't about how money works. It's about how you behave with money. And most people don't lose financially because they're lazy or unlucky. They lose because of fear, ego, impatience, and emotions they don't even realize are controlling them. So if you're watching this right now, stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to take you deep into how your mind truly handles money, why people stay broke even when they earn a lot, why some people get rich quietly while others boast and fail, and most importantly, how to build a mindset that attracts wealth instead of running from it. Before we dive in, quick deal. If you care about improving your financial life, your mindset, and your future, make sure you watch this video to the end. And if you get value from it, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs it. Now let's begin. Money is not logical. It has never been. Money is emotional. It's a mirror reflecting our fears, our hopes, our insecurities, our upbringing, and our identity. Two people can have the same income, but one builds wealth while the other constantly struggles. Why? Because how you act with money matters far more than what you know about money. Wealth is rarely about intelligence. It's about behavior. One of the biggest psychological truths about money is this: people don't want money. They want the feelings they believe money will give them: security, respect, power, freedom, validation. That's why many people chase money emotionally instead of strategically. They don't invest for the future, they spend for the present. They don't save for security, they spend for approval. They don't build wealth quietly, they show off loudly just to feel valuable. Think about it. Why do some people buy things they can't afford? Why do people go broke trying to look rich? Why do people compete with strangers online just to prove something? The answer is simple. Money is deeply tied to ego. We care about how we look more than how we live. We care about impressing people instead of protecting our future. But here is the cold truth you must understand. Wealth is what you don't see. The expensive car, that might belong to the bank. The designer clothes, they might be bought on debt. The flashy lifestyle, often fake. Real wealth is quiet. It sits in investments, savings, assets, cash flow, and discipline. The richest people you'll ever meet usually don't look rich because their priority is freedom, not attention. And speaking of freedom, this is one of the greatest psychological lessons of money. You don't want money for money's sake. You want control over your time. Real wealth is waking up and deciding what to do with your day. Real wealth is not needing to tolerate disrespect because you're desperate. Real wealth is peace of mind. It's sleeping at night without stress. It's not worrying about the next emergency. It's the ability to walk away from anything toxic or unhealthy because you are not financially trapped. But here's where human psychology sabotages us. We are wired for instant gratification. Our brains love quick rewards, quick pleasure, quick wins. That's why saving feels painful, investing feels boring, and long-term thinking feels uncomfortable. Meanwhile, spending feels exciting, shopping feels rewarding, showing off feels satisfying. And that's exactly why disciplined people win. Because wealth is built by people who can delay gratification while everyone else is chasing the next dopamine hit. The people who get rich are not always the smartest. They're simply the most patient. Here's another powerful truth. Your relationship with money was formed long before you ever earned a dollar. The environment you grew up in programmed you. If you grew up around scarcity, you may fear spending, or you may overspend to escape that feeling. If you grew up seeing bad money habits, you may repeat them without realizing it. If you never saw anyone invest, saving might feel safe, but risk might feel terrifying. This is why two people can look at the same financial opportunity and react completely differently. One sees possibility, the other sees danger. One sees growth, the other sees loss. So ask yourself, what did money look like in your childhood? Was it stressful? Was it scarce? Was it a source of arguments? Was it a symbol of pride or embarrassment? Understanding your past relationship with money is the first step toward fixing your future relationship with it. Now, here's something most people never realize. Getting rich requires humility. Sounds strange, right? But think about it. You need humility to live below your means while others live above theirs. You need humility to admit you don't know everything and learn. You need humility to invest consistently, even when progress feels slow. You need humility to ignore what everyone else is doing and quietly stay on your path. Ego wants to impress. Humility wants to build. Another psychological challenge is comparison. We don't measure success based on what we truly need. We measure it against other people. Someone is always richer, flashier, faster, more successful. Social media makes it worse. You see a 20-year-old driving a luxury car and suddenly you feel behind in life. But what you don't see is the story behind the picture. Debt, family money, fake lifestyle. Or maybe it's real, but their timeline is not your timeline. Comparing your life to others is the fastest way to destroy your happiness and make stupid financial decisions. Wealth requires emotional maturity. You must learn to clap for others while staying loyal to your journey. Now let's talk about fear. Fear is one of the biggest psychological barriers to wealth. Fear of losing money, fear of failing, fear of making the wrong decision. Many people never invest, not because they can't, but because they are terrified. But here's the irony. Doing nothing is also a decision, and it's usually the most expensive one. Inflation quietly eats your money. Opportunities pass you by. Years go by, and then people say, "I wish I started earlier." The truth is simple. You will either feel the pain of discipline today or the pain of regret tomorrow, and regret lasts longer. Another psychological truth about money is that luck and timing play a huge role in wealth, more than most people want to admit. But here's the important part. Even though you can't control luck, you can control your behavior. You can control your spending, your saving, your investing, your consistency. Wealth is not about predicting the future perfectly. It's about building habits that protect you no matter what happens. One of the most powerful money skills you can ever learn is emotional control. When everyone is panicking, can you stay calm? When everyone is spending, can you hold back? When everyone is chasing trends, can you stick to fundamentals? Your emotions will tempt you to react impulsively. Your discipline must force you to act intelligently. Another key mindset shift is understanding that money is a tool, not your identity. If money controls your self-worth, you'll always be emotionally unstable. When you have money, you'll feel superior. When you don't, you'll feel worthless. That's dangerous. Your value as a person is not determined by your bank balance. Money is simply a resource. Use it, manage it, grow it, but don't worship it. And here's something you must never forget. Wealth is a long game. Some of the greatest fortunes were built slowly, consistently, quietly. Not through gambling, not through shortcuts, not through unrealistic risk, but through time, through patience, through compounding. The earlier you start thinking long-term, the sooner life becomes easier. So what should you actually do with all this psychology? First, become aware of your emotional triggers with money. Do you spend when you're sad? Do you buy to impress? Do you fear investing? Awareness is power. Second, build discipline. Create habits that protect you even on bad days. Automate savings. Invest consistently. Learn continuously. Third, aim for freedom, not attention. Build wealth that gives you control over your life, not validation from strangers. And finally, focus on becoming the kind of person who can handle wealth. Because if your mindset is weak, no amount of money will save you. But if your mindset is strong, money will simply multiply the greatness already inside you. If you're still watching right now, that already tells me something powerful about you. You care about your future. You want to become better. You're not just scrolling aimlessly. And that alone separates you from millions of people. Now here's what I want you to do. Stay consistent. Keep learning. Take your financial life seriously, because the earlier you master the psychology of money, the sooner life stops feeling like survival and starts feeling like freedom. If you found value in this video, don't just click away. Do something with it. Like the video so more people can see it.
Like, comment, and share. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification so you don't miss our live helping videos.